Dwight Freeney, kind enough to break down the game, which he loves because it was a defensive performance. He's like, it's as if you won the Super Bowl, I'm sure. Being there in the building last night here in New Orleans, I arrived late and it was just quiet. Even Eagles fans were doing it, but Super Bowl is always kind of quiet because it's a different mix of people and all of that.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know if I was being stunned or just a comfortable lead for the Eagles. It was the eeriest, weirdest, even the celebration after felt like, there wasn't excitement in the fourth quarter. So it was just kind of like, good game. Like, we know it's coming. It was probably the weirdest Super Bowl that I've ever been to, but we got to give credit to the Eagles, the MVP. We talked the D-line. I do want to get into some quarterback play with you and some offense with the Eagles side because Jalen Hurts wins MVP. Saquon Barkley somehow, I think it was 2.3 yards per carry. He was held in check most of the game, so Spags did his thing defensively there. What did impress you most about Jalen and how he played in a vacuum last night?
I mean, he managed the game perfectly. There was one throw that he probably should have made, and it was an interception. But other than that, I mean, he ran the ball when he needed to run it. When he saw man-to-man coverage and no one had a spy on him, he was running the ball. And he was just managing the game. He was making all the right throws, not taking many risks, not throwing into double teams. Had all day to throw the ball. Hats off to the offensive line. They did a great job offensively that game. Perfect game plan, ball control, just eating away at the clock, milk the clock type of offense, and taking advantage when, the defensive backs are thinking it was going to run and play action and throwing the ball deep. It was a perfect game plan, and I think Jalen had a great game.
Jalen, confident, poised, obviously had that one interception. Here he is after the game. Let's take a listen. I think we have him. Do we have a shot of him after the game?
I can't control what these people think, but if it takes all the hate and all the scrutiny and all the different opinions for me to be a world champion, then keep it coming.
We're talking about what it feels like to lose. He knows what that looks like and what that feels like after having a tremendous game. Like, let's not forget, it's not like he had the worst performance of his lifetime in losing to the Chiefs. He was unbelievable in that loss. It stung. Now he conquered. What does this mean for him? How do you think he should be viewed as he is somehow a polarizing quarterback for doing what you just gave him credit for, managing perfectly?
I mean, I think he did a great job. And I think that, obviously this adds to the legacy of Jalen Hurts. It just adds to it. This is this one thing he can put on his belt that they can never take away from him. All right. The story's not over. The story's just beginning. We'll find out where he ends up in the end, but they'll never be able to take this away. And, he said something in another interview. He's just talking about how this is a team accomplishment. It ain't just about one player. And I love that. I love to hear that because it isn't. And even that loss that he had versus Kansas City in the past, it's not all on him. Sometimes a quarterback gets too much blame when they lose and too much credit when you win. It's usually somewhere in the middle, all right, where it happens. So I think, he has the right mindset. He played an awesome game, and he was hard to stop.